Hi, new in Waltz-1-34 we've overhauled the way flow diagrams work and added a new feature to them which allows us to overlay contextual information. So I'll be demonstrating the new interface and Jess will be talking about the context in a moment. They're accessed the same way as before, so on each application on different pages in Waltz we've got a diagram section and we can create a new diagram, so let's quickly create one. Here it's drawn obviously the first node because we started from the application called Sparrow. It's drawn it in the center here. When we click on it, it shows us the context information. We can go into edit here and we can start adding upstream and downstream sources. So this, as before, is all constrained by the underlying data in Waltz. So it just shows us the applications that are upstream and also allows us to select those or the downstream applications. So using this we can quickly start showing directed graphs, and obviously this we can keep going if we want to show more and more. We can do things as before. We can start overlaying this with the physical flows. Oops, no physical flows on there. And say which physical flows are updated. This diagram is a kind of a bill of materials, so as we're working on a diagram, don't forget to save them, it's populating in the database effectively a group which mentions everything on this diagram. As you can see, we can also put annotations on the diagram. They can attach to pretty much anything. So we click here, we can say I want to edit this flow between bearded collie and sparrow, and an annotation. You can see you can pick up the annotation from the elbow. If diagrams get a bit cluttered, you can always use the filters to try and declutter the screen. Diagrams can also be associated with things in Waltz such as measurables and change initiatives, which are kind of non-visual, but you might want them the diagram to appear on a page. So if you wanted it to link to a particular product, you could link it to a specific product, and when we looked at that measurable product by the viewpoints, or here we would see the diagram would be effectively cross-indexed here. Link back to it. Okay, that's pretty much all I wanted to show on that section, that part of diagrams. I'll hand over quickly to Jess, who will talk a little bit about overlays.
Thanks, Dave. So in the new context panel, Dave's just clicked it. You can see the tab overlays. This is a way of linking visually other relationships in Waltz, for example, to measurables or app groups, to the nodes you've got on your diagram. At the moment, that's only the application nodes. So you can add a new overlay group, which is the selected group which will appear as an overlay on the diagram, and you can see when we add individual measurables to this by using first of all we select a category and then we choose within the tree, you can see there which exact measurable you'd like to add to the diagram. They'll appear as the symbol, for example the star or the red diamond you see. Those symbols can be edited, so we can change the shape or the colour, and as you add these to this specific group they will keep being overlaid on the nodes, and by hovering over you can see anything involved with that measurable will be highlighted and anything that's not linked to it will fade away. We can create multiple groups, so we can, if Dave creates a new overlay group at the top, under a new name, you can basically toggle which set of overlays you'd like to show on the diagram, and if there's a set of overlays used on a previous diagram, you can also clone those in so that you don't have to recreate this whole group from scratch. I'll hand back over to Dave now to conclude the presentation.
Okay, thanks very much, Jess. Yes, so that's basically showing the new flow diagram feature and overlays. One thing to note as well, overlays, we can overlay a custom group on there as well. So if you have any custom groups within Waltz, then you can use those also as another type of overlay. Thanks very much for watching.